be talking about Star Wars because last week I forgot this month Star Wars July. Since we're talking about Star Wars, I will be talking about all 6 Star Wars shows, excluding Resistance because I haven't checked that out and I don't plan on it. So let's go on to number 6. Number 6 is The Book of Boba Fett. All these shows aren't bad. I just think The Book of Boba Fett is the weakest. The first episode's pretty good. 1 second. The first and second episode are pretty good. I like seeing the Tuskens and all that. But 3 and 4 kind of fall flat. 3 is like the Tuskens die and then Boba Fett does something. He just no, that's another episode. He just like goes on, keep telling people that like I am like the new leader of like Mos Espa. That's all he does. And then 4 is like a prequel of how like Fennec and Boba Fett met, and it's alright. And I didn't mind it, it's just not my favorite. But then 5 and 6 are 5 and 6 are great because they bring back the Mandalorian, and those are probably the best in the series. So I call Book of Boba Fett Mandalorian season 2.5 because it really is better when the Mandalorian's there. That's just my opinion. The finale is alright, not the best, but it's pretty good. And in 5 and 6, you get to see Baby Yoda again, Ahsoka, like Luke Skywalker. So I still think Boba Fett's the most interesting character for his own show. He is interesting, it's just, I think, Mandalorian just carried the show. So now to number 5. Number 5 is... Number 5 is The Bad Batch. I like this show. I told you, all the shows are good on this list, but some are just better than others. This show is okay. It's a good show, but it's not the best, because what it does is actually really good for, like, after, I love the after stuff of, Order 66, and this is how a clone battalion has to adapt of, like, the new Galactic Empire after Order 66. If you like that like, Order 66 stuff, I would recommend watching Obi-Wan Kenobi and playing Jedi Fallen Order. It just gives good like after Order 66 stuff, information and story you would like to know. But I really like the show. Like that's like the good stuff of the show. But some episodes are just filler, like the whole you get to see young Hera from Rebels on this like in these couple episodes, and they're so boring. Like I did not like these episodes. There's some episodes that can be really good, but some are really bland. So I'm gonna forgot to mention this, I would give Boba Fett a 5.5 out of 10, and this like a 6.5. So now on to number 4. Number 4 is Star Wars' Obi-Wan Kenobi. This show is really good. I like the show. It's like 8 out of 10. I already given that away. But here's some stuff that I didn't like. The show is basically, I wish you only did this for 1 episode, but it's basically Obi-Wan trying to return Leia to her foster parents or adopted parents. Like I like that premise, but I don't feel any tension because Obi-Wan is gonna die in A New Hope, so he's not gonna die. Then Leia is gonna grow up and be in A New Hope. So any tension you feel, even Reva trying to kill Luke, he's gonna be here in episode 4. So there's really nothing, there's no tension, but that's like the only bad stuff about it. Now on to the good stuff. Vader in the Obi-Wan Kenobi fight in Vader is awesome. It's a really good lightsaber battle at the end. And just Vader in general is really cool in this. And I guess everyone was getting mad about this, like about the Clone Wars flashbacks, which they did have in, like, Episode 5, which I didn't mind. It's kind of cool seeing Hayden Christensen back. And overall, Ewan McGregor does a great job as Obi-Wan again, because Obi-Wan's my favorite Jedi because of Ewan's performance in the prequels. Like, this is just it's a really good cast. Like, even young Leia is a really good casted, like, young actor. It's probably one of her first, roles as acting, so she did a really good job. And now number 3, that show is really good, by the way. Number 3 is Three's The Mandalorian. This show is probably a 10 out of 10 also. Like this 10 out, like the 3 for up are all 10 out of 10s. This one, The Mandalorian is just a good show and overall. You probably already know what it's about. I mean, everyone knows what Baby Yoda is. Everyone probably knows what The Mandalorian is. It's about basically the Mandalorian trying to get Grogu across the galaxy to find his people. And then they get like in shenanigans. And it's really good. I think my favorite, there's season 1 to 2, and season 3 is coming out in February of like 2023. So that's really soon. And, well, it's not soon, but months go fast. So I'm gonna say my favorite episode in season 1 has to be probably episode 6. This one I don't know what it's called, but he goes with these like criminals like on a ship, but they betray him. But then he takes them out in epic ways. This episode is so amazing. You gotta check this out. And episode 2 is probably the finale. Everyone knows. I mean, every Star Wars fan, it's probably one of their favorite scenes, is where Luke Skywalker comes in and like kills every single. He like takes his lightsaber and starts like killing every single like dark trooper, and it's really sick. And I really like it. But those are my 2 favorite episodes. This series is a 10 out of 10. I give it a recommend if you're a Star Wars fan. Even if you're not a big time Star Wars fan, I still think people would like this. But I don't know. It might just be there. If they don't like it, this is their opinion. So now to number 2. Number 2 is Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Everyone knows this. Every Star Wars fan has heard of the show or has seen the show. The show is really good. The early seasons are pretty. They're all right, but they're pretty good. After like 4 through 5, there's some bad episodes in between, but it's really good. Overall, it's a 10 out of 10 show. But the reason why it's probably 10 out of 10 is season 7. Season 7 is probably the best season in this. It is the best season in this show. No, I'm not even gonna say it isn't. That season's a 10 out of 10. I mean, I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 because the last arc. The first arc's like a 7 out of 10. The second arc's like a 2. I didn't really like the sister arc. First one's the Bad Batch. I forgot to mention that. But the final arc is amazing. The Siege of Mandalore is probably one of like the best and well-known like things of Star Wars. Everyone loves the ending of this season. This season will get you so interested. It's just great from head to toe. This will like keep you on the edge of the seat the whole time you're watching this whole arc, because it's just so much action. Like it's a huge war over Mandalore because they have to fight over Darth Maul, and the Darth Maul versus Ahsoka battle is so talked about because they actually use mocap work for their like. The actors use like mocap work to actually like film, like the Disney used mocap work. Mocap work to like people were fighting. It was choreographed with mocap, and it was really cool. And then we all know the Order 66 scene, and this is really cool. It's just a 10 out of 10. That season it's a good show. There is some bad episodes, but all the time, overall, it's a really good show. And now to number 1, the most underrated show ever. And number 1 is one of the most Star Wars. It looks like the most controversial Star Wars piece of media that's probably like there's something like it's probably argued about. Some people hate this show, but some people like me actually love this show. I find this better than Clone Wars, which is a hard lot to say because Clone Wars is really good. I see why people don't like it because it's not a kid show, but it's more aimed for kids. So they say like all the humor and like the episodes are pretty bland, but I don't know. I like the episodes. Didn't really mind them, but then the people say that the show's bad because it's just all kid humor, not all the time funny. But when they get to like the Ahsoka versus Vader and Darth Maul episodes, they always defend it like, oh no, those episodes are good. The other ones are all trash. They're all bad. But then like when Rex and the Rex but big people, they're like, oh no, well, those are good. The other ones are not. Like I don't know. Like you hate the show, but then some episodes are good. I like the show. Like I find the characters really interesting. I like the whole crew of the Ghost, and they're really good. This show is so underrated, and I actually recommend you guys check it out. Well, that's all for today, guys, and I'll see you next Sunday for another Star Wars July video. So see you then. And my TikTok is called Your One Fandom Guy, and we have 87 followers. I'm going to maybe aim for 100. So if you see this video, you could maybe follow my TikTok page. And yeah, see you next Sunday.